Greg, we've already seen the pictures of the main playing area. All the players are ready to go. Eager to practice on the tables.
Yeah, they were all up bright and early, as you would be. Last 16, it's a big day today. Obviously, they're all fighting it out for the Strachan Cup and the Supreme Series, so
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting.
Who's your pick now? Who do you fancy?
To be honest, I've been looking around, and I do fancy either Tom Cousins or Phil Harrison. And I know it's an easy pick, two of the best. But I think Tom's got a point to prove. He hasn't done a lot by his standards, and Phil he just looks, as he always does, ultra solid. So it's going to be interesting, to say the least.
Tom's had a really hard route so far. I mean, he lost early on and had to come through the loser's side, and he's had his back against the wall a few times.
Well,
7-2 down against Chippy yesterday.
7-1 down, I think.
7-1 down,
and Chippy put a post on Facebook last night just to say he's had a fantastic birthday. Thanks, Tom, for ruining it. But yeah, he was 7-1 down, and Tom just ran 7 frames like he was just strolling around at home, but that's what he does. So yeah, I just think that can sometimes provide the catalyst for a great event, when you should have been out, as it were. So.
Yeah. And Jimmy Cox and Carl Boyes facing up. I mean,
they've got to be fed up of each other, haven't they?
You'd think so, yeah.
But
can Jimmy go one step further?
He can, but he has to believe he can win. I mean, he lost 11-6 yesterday, so you have to sort of come in and think, right, what can I do differently? Carl's got 2 wins on him now, so it's going to be tough for Jimmy. He has to break well, I think, and take his chances. Obviously, it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
And then you've got the other players. You've got Darren McVicker, who's come through from the Southwest, first time into the last 16s. He's on a high. There's a tough match against Clint Hanson, but I had a little pep talk with him this morning, and so fingers crossed.
And of course, a good showing from the West Country. Shane Thompson also just about to be in action against Mark Boyle.
Yeah, Shane's definitely showing the way at the moment for the Southwest boys. This is the second time I think now he's been into the latter stages. Got to the semis last time. Playing really, really well. So this is going to be a big match for him on the main stage. It's an exciting one to commentate on.
Yeah, and as Greg just alluded to, that game is coming up right now on the main arena table. It's going to be Shane Thompson against Mark Boyle. See you soon.
Right, good morning ladies and gentlemen. We are nearly underway in the last 16 of the Strachan Cup Event 3 at the Supreme Series. And what a matchup we've got in store. Shane Thompson versus Mark Boyle, just about to lag. Greg Batten in the commentary alongside Nick Finn, who will be joining us shortly. And what a match this is going to be. So Mark has won the lag, and he'll be to break first. So Nick Finn is just about to settle into his chair for the day, the main man, and here he is.
Morning, everyone. Morning, Greg.
Morning, Nick. I've just introduced the start of this one. What a game this is going to be. As we said in the link earlier, Mark Boyle and Shane Thompson, two heavyweights of the game. Mark won the lag.
Both players have had reasonably deep runs in the past without without getting to the semi-finals and finals. So it'd be good to see them, one of these two, going really deep, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. And I think Shane got to the semis last event. I think that was the furthest he's ever got, wasn't it? So he lost to Carl Boyes, the eventual winner, I believe. So Shane is proving how consistently he's performing at the moment, through to another last 16 already. So Mark, as you say, hasn't done a lot by his standards in these events, but he'll be looking to put that right today. There's always a different vibe once you get to the Sunday. So many people have left, and changes the event, changes the dynamic.
Yeah, it does. It changes the atmosphere of the whole building.
Obviously the top players, they prefer it like that. Saturday, it's all about getting through to today. That's where the serious work starts now. Good break by Mark. He's one of these players that likes to take all of his time before he begins his run out, doesn't he, Nick?
Yeah, this one's gone wrong. It's
It's loose, isn't it?
yeah, he's on nothing now apart from this one up the rail, which is a horrible shot.
So an early mistake from Mark has given Shane a fairly comfortable run out to get the first frame underway. Always seems to set the tone. One guy's mistake can be the springboard for the next person. Shane was never going to let this opportunity go. And he's got a very easy run out now to take the first frame. Shane sitting to the right hand side, you can see he's got a 9-ball, looks like a 9-ball Predator cue that he's picked up on the way up here. So I'm not sure if he's breaking with that, but we'll see in a minute. And there we go, 1-0 to Shane Thompson. Oh, what a monster break that was from Shane. Split them absolutely perfectly. And here we go in reds here. And providing he doesn't do anything silly, I fancy him to take these out as well. So Shane just taking his time and running down the clock, making sure he's happy with the route that he's going to go. He's played a loose shot there though. It's a judgment shot, that one, trying to judge the pace. Obviously it's only the second frame, so he'll still be getting to grips with the speed of this table. That's a big shot coming up. To cue this well. Oh, he's played that really nicely. Really nice shot there from Shane. Looks like he's got quite a bit of angle on the red that he's closest to, so he'll probably elect to play the red nearest to the bottom cushion with a trace of left-hand side. Potentially bring himself back up to play the red that the white's closest to now. Just needs to land in an area. So top and a bit aside. Yeah, just play himself into an area. That's perfect. He's got options now. He will elect to play the red nearest the bulk line, and he'll be aiming to get the white pretty close to where he is now, a little bit further down perhaps, but again he'll be playing into the area where he's got the choice of a few reds, a couple of reds. And that's okay. So he can either drop this one in or just stun across to play the red nearest the bottom cushion, and he'll play it in the same pocket as the next red that he's about to play is going into, bottom left. One good positional shot and he's home and dry, you would think. He could have played that a bit better. He looks to be quite straight, so he may have to just drop this one in and then play a thin red into the middle. It's difficult to tell with this camera angle at the moment, but we'll soon see. Yeah, he looks fairly straight there. So let's see how he plays it.
Greg, I mean, you probably know Shane's game better than many players. I mean, you've played him a number of times. You practice with him as well, don't you?
Yeah,
Sometimes.
still practice with him every now and again. Yes, he's only at Taunton now. He moved down from Bridgewater, so yeah, we managed to practice with each other.
He's a player that's more than capable of winning this event, isn't he?
Oh, without doubt.
He's not turning up to make up the numbers. He's
no. Obviously he plays pretty much full time, and it shows in his results. You know, he's won an awful lot of the Southwest competitions in the last few years, and
I mean, Southwest Tour and the Southern Tour.
Yeah.
I mean, that Southern Tour. I wonder why they play it nowadays. They might as well just send him the check.
Well, exactly. He's got so lucky there to be let into that event.
They're going to name it after him soon.
He's obviously on some sort of bribe with the owner, or how he's got in that, I don't know.
It's just crazy. He is a very, very consistent player.
Yeah. I think the main thing with Shane over the years, obviously, I knew him 5 or 6 years ago when he was sort of just starting out, if you like, and the main thing with Shane is his temperament's improved.
Yeah.
You know, and he'll probably say that himself. He's a lot more disciplined and sort of mature in the way he goes about things, and he doesn't tend to let things get to him as much as he used to if he starts going behind and things like that. So yeah, he's definitely added layers to his game, and he as you say, he could quite easily win this event. It wouldn't be a surprise to anyone. And obviously semi-final of the last one, so he's proving that wasn't a fluke.
Yeah. So games going on around the arena right now. Live scores. We'll keep you updated with them throughout the match. I can tell you at the moment that Clint Jansen is currently 2-1 up against Darren McVicker. Liam White's won the first frame against Phil Harrison. John McAllister 1-0 against Sam Bircher. Carl Boyes has started well, 2-0 against Jimmy Croxton. Drew Hughes 1-0 against Tom Cousins in that all-Welsh affair. Shane Thompson obviously 2-0 up. Adam Davis 1-0, and Leiden de Bono and Declan Brennan yet to get on the board. The Brian Halcrow Adam Davis game, that could be a bit of a war of attrition, couldn't it? I mean,
they'll be getting the clock out on that one soon? Or?
They're both very, very gritty, determined players, aren't they? I mean, Brian quite recently played an epic game against Phil Harrison up at Murphy's, which was a race to 11 that lasted for 6 hours.
Wow!
And if you see if you see Brian and Phil make the final later on, then get your sleeping bags. could be in for a late night.
No, but fair play to Brian. He literally a pint of blood on every shot, isn't it?
Oh,
so
100%, yeah.
You can't knock him for.
No, absolutely not.
And when you get to that sort of age, you know, past the 100 mark, you've got to give him every credit, haven't you? So. You're joking, right?
Yeah, have you seen that app that you can take a photo of somebody and it ages them or makes them younger? I tried to do it on Brian yesterday, but it just showed me the picture of a skeleton.
Oh dear. He won't mind this bit of fun, and he's a good old stick. Lovely guy.
I was commentating with him yesterday. We had a bit of fun. Have you done that photo thing on yourself?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
What did you look like?
A mess.
Were you?
I looked an absolute mess. But back to the game, and Shane is looking fairly good here. Yeah, I've certainly seen better days.
I gotta say, Greg, when you apply that that app to you, you look like a bit like Brian Halcott.
Oh dear. So I've had one or too many tans. Alright, here comes a key shot now for Shane. Just needs to catch this red. You'd think probably half ball, 3/4 ball. Leave the yellow where it is. That's not too bad. Call it a bit thinner, so he's going to have to play a decent positional shot now.
You look like you've done 100 years. Solitary.
Shane just looking to see where he can put the white to try and miss colliding with any of the reds as he comes back up the table. He's got an area where he wants to be, probably close to the middle pocket, left-hand pocket, so you can play this a couple of ways. That's a good shot, I think. Is he on the yellow? This is quite a big, could be a big moment already in this match. If he's on the yellow and he can pot it, then it's 3-0. If he can't, looks like he's having to play with a bit of side. Oh, it's played that lovely. Yeah, and that is 3-0 to Shane Thompson. What a start.
So Darren, trailing there, 3 frames to 1 now. Carl Boy's now 3-0 against Jimmy Croxton. Jimmy's not got out of bed yet. Tom's leveled things up, it's 3-0. Adam Davis, Brian Halcott, simply flying. 2 frames on the board already.
Perhaps they heard us. Shane just raises his hand there to mark. Not sure why, because you need a little bit of luck when you break the balls. Didn't look like he was going to pop one until right at the last minute, so maybe that was the reason. And yellows would probably be the most preferred option here, but because they all go direct, whereas we've got one red on the side cushion, perhaps needs developing, so selecting reds. So that will be the key to the frame, that red on the side cushion.
What do you think the plan's going to be for that one, Greg? Double it?
Well, you'll probably.
It's going to be tough to try and move, isn't it? Because
Yeah, it is.
the two yellows are above it.
The problem with the double, it obviously he can't play the double into the middle pocket, but he, like you say, he can play it to the bottom left. But I think he will try and cannon it out. He'll try and play this with the side. There's the side, and he's left himself perfect now on this red that he's nearest to be able to stun it across and knock the red out. So that was a really good shot. He's absolutely perfect on this.
And he should, if he doesn't land on that ball, he's got the one.
He's got options, exactly right.
To bottom right.
He'll be the key thing here is he'll be trying his best to hit the red on the side cushion half ball, because that will promote it into open play. If he hits it too thin, it's going down by the yellows, and if he hits it too thick, then he might double kiss. You see where he's looking? He's looking for half ball contact here. Yeah. And he'll play this fairly firm.
And you know, from a club player's perspective, you know, people watching perhaps might be at that level. So he's hit it on the wrong side.
Yeah, he's hit it on completely the wrong side.
Yeah. But that's the kind of precision that you're looking for at this level. Isn't it? I mean, you're looking for a particular spot on a ball. Rather, a club player might just be looking to aim for the ball and just hope to get a bit lucky. But
happy to get the pot.
Yeah, we're playing with a lot more precision here.
Yeah. Yeah. So he can cut this into the middle, or he can play a plant, which is what he seems to be looking at.
It's a tough plan, isn't it?
It is. It's a really tough shot. And
can he not cut the one to the middle?
Well, that's what I'd be playing.
Better option?
Yeah, that's what I'd be playing. Problem with this shot, you see, is there's not really much value.
No.
You know, even if he's covered the bag or whatever, there's not. You know, Mark, someone of his class, he'll get this out easily. Yeah. Probably within a couple of shots. Mm. So
he's looked straight away, isn't it? Whether thinks he can play it off the back of the red, or whether he thinks he needs to move it.
Yeah, so I mean, he's got an easy shot. He could play the yellow into the middle, leave the white where his hand is, right hand, down there, and then he leaves himself on the angle on the yellow into the bottom right-hand pocket as we look and screw up into it. But everyone goes about it differently. Let's see what he does. I think he tried to play it there, but he's landed a bit straight. Obviously, the longer you leave it, the longer you leave your problem ball there, you sort of begin to run out of options. So he'll be conscious that he needs to get that ball in the open as soon as he possibly can, and possibly off his next shot after this one. Just wants to leave himself a nice angle. I think he's okay. Yellow into the bottom left as we look at it with top and left hand side.
He's going to have to force this one now, though, isn't it? It's just a tiny bit straighter than he may have wanted to be.
Looks like he's screwing it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's played that really well.
What a lovely shot.
Really, really good shot.
Got it cushioned first as well, which meant it was always going to come out. He was always going to be on the one to middle.
Yeah. Some players might have elected to play that with top to give themselves more margin, but Mark felt confident enough in his cueing, and didn't he play that well? You never feel like you're in a match until you get your first frame on the board, so this will definitely settle Mark down. Shane, fractionally unfortunate, you would say, to not get the cannon quite right. It was a difficult shot. So a few drop-ins now for Mark, and it should be 3-1. Clint Jansen is pulling away 5-1 up now on Darren McVicker. It's not what the Southwest contingent wanted to see.
I mean, Darren is the kind of player who can reel off 3 or 4 frames and
easily
draw it closer. But he needs to put his foot to the floor fairly soon.
Yeah.
No surprise that there's already 6 frames been played in that match. So it's both fairly quick players. Here we go. Mark wins that frame. It's 3-1. Pulls the deficit back to 2 frames. Jimmy Cox has won a frame there against Carl Boyes. It's 3-1 now. Sam Birch is 2-1 up on John McAllister.
He's another one. He's been having a good run in this event, Nick, hasn't he?
Oh, a really good run, yeah. Liam White, Phil Harrison, they seem to be at deadlock there at 1-0. It's been like that for about 15, 20 minutes now. And also the Declan Brennan Leiden de Bono is a slow starter as well.
Yeah.
All of these games started at 11 a.m. So having played, basically 1 frame in their second frame and about 28 minutes into the match. Slow burners. This looks like it's going to be dry. And it is. He would have liked another roll on that black. In fact, that wouldn't have made any difference, would it? I was going to say another roll on the black to get a re-rack, but that's not going to happen. Because the black would have come up anyway.
Yeah, you need your break working at this stage, so Mark will be slightly concerned. You might want to change it up next go.
And they've come out as well, haven't they? They've come out open.
Hit him well. He's just
it's just whether he's left an opener.
Yeah. Get a different angle in a minute.
I'm not sure there's an opener here. There might have been something to middle, but of course the black's in the way, so.
Here we go. There's definitely nothing easy, is there? He's
got the cut back.
Got the cut back on the yellow, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Or off the red, as he's looking at now.
I think the cut back's better, isn't it? But would the cue ball be tracking towards the middle, the black, if he...
Unless he played it with bottom, yeah. So I think he's playing the cannon off the red. Here we go. Oh, he's played that lovely.
What a great shot.
But...
Has he had any... Oh, he's okay.
He's all right, isn't he?
Just okay, I think. He can get through to the one at top left. Or he may even be able to pop the one that he's closest to into the middle bag.
And that, again, just shows you about the fractions of this game, because if that takes another roll, he's right behind that yellow with no shot.
Yeah, yeah. Very, very fine margins.
I think you're right, Nick. I think he's going to elect to play the yellow he's closest to. He's just got to cue this well.
Yeah. Oh, used all of the pocket.
He did, but a good shot there from Shane. And he should be okay now,
yeah, he's got a nice angle just to stun across for the one on the top cushion after this one. And then he can basically work his way down the table, can't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably come from top to bottom.
Yeah, get the four yellows out the way and then play down for the last yellow. In the top end of the table, bottom end of the table, I should say.
Yeah.
Just needs to cue this well. Looks easy on the screen. Just track over a bit more, that's okay.
It was just
a little bit thinner than he probably wanted, isn't it?
Do you know, I think he could probably play the yellow to middle now. Couldn't he just change his route?
Yeah.
A little stun out for the other one over the middle, and then take the one at the top of the table.
Yeah, a couple of options. Exactly, you're exactly right. He can change his route if he wants to.
I think it's actually my preference now would be to take this one to middle.
I think you're right. Yeah, just drop down, natural angle. That's okay, but he's limited now because he's landed the wrong side. He can only really leave the white in this bottom end of the table.
Yeah, he might have to take that yellow up to top right hand corner now. He's naturally going to cannon into the red.
Yeah, unless he screws.
He can screw to side rail, but there's
things can go wrong when you start doing that.
Yeah.
And you would think with someone of Shane's class and the way he cues the ball, he should be confident of just leaving the white pretty much where it is. So we'll see.
It looks like he is screwing the side rail.
Yeah, and
just a touch short again, isn't he? He's going to have to pull something out now to get to that one at the top of the table.
Well, I think he's just about straight enough that if he plays it with top, he's going to avoid the in-off. So in reality, all he's got to do is concentrate on the pot and just stroke it in naturally beyond the last yellow. He's missed it. No, he's got it.
Oh, he's just got it, yeah.
Good shot.
Yeah.
These can always be a little bit tricky. Just got to play them fairly confidently.
Darren's stopped the
Nicely
rock.
done.
He's now 5-2.
That could be 5-all within the blink of an eye, Nick.
Really?
You know what it's like.
Yeah. Drew Hughes 2-1 against Tom Cousins. And it's now obviously 4-1 to Shane Thompson versus Mark Boyle in this game. Shane, you know, got that bit of a cushion again.
Yeah, Mark hasn't done anything wrong apart from a couple of dry breaks, really.
The only thing that will be on Shane's mind is he was 4-1 up yesterday against Phil Harrison and lost 11-4.
Yeah.
You know, Phil ran 10 in a row against him. I'm not saying lightning's going to strike twice, but, you know, Phil hit a purple patch. Shane's break dried up.
Yeah, I did speak to Shane. He said exactly that. He said he couldn't buy a ball off the break, and Phil played flawlessly.
Yeah.
So,
see, Tom Cousins has now drawn level there. Jimmy Croxton's still fighting back in that game, as you expect Jimmy to do. He's a battler. Sam Birch has still got that edge. And noticeably, Phil Harrison, Liam White, I reckon they've gone over to the pub for a...
They've gone for a meal together or something.
Yeah, they've gone for lunch. They said, what we'll do, we'll go and have a bit of lunch and we'll come back and finish this one later.
Still 1-0.
That's incredible.
It's got to be some sort of stalemate situation, you'd think, for that to happen.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so as I say, Darren now 5-2. He's still in the mix there, isn't he?
Oh, he is. Yeah, I mean, literally, it's only a dry break from Clint, and yeah, he'll be putting his hand back in the stir fry, as it were. So. Yeah, he's one of these players, Darren. He's always in the mix. You can never count him out. He just needs to get his stink going, and he should be okay. So. So a massive break there from Shane. He's really stirring things up at the moment. Oh my goodness me. That's massive, Nick. He's just missed something that, well, you'd never miss it.
Well, I might. But
Wow, will he regret that shot?
yeah, I mean, 5-1 here is...
Well, if he pots the red, it's 5-1.
Yeah,
You know.
it's a huge lead, and obviously 4-2 is a whole different complexion altogether.
Yeah, and of course, because he missed the first shot after the break, that still makes it an open table, and so all Mark's got to do really is just hold himself together now, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah, yeah. Sam Birch are now 3-1 up. Brian Halker, Adam Davis 2 each. 4 frames.
So
Yeah,
where do you normally eat when you're up here?
Where
There's some nice eateries around, isn't there?
I've never known. I'm always stuck in this dungeon, mate.
Do you not ever get out for a stir fry or anything, or
No,
no?
no.
We went for a nice couple of meals this weekend, me and Darren.
Did you?
Yeah,
I expect you're like an old married couple when you come here, aren't you?
Wow. Yeah, we
Eh?
cook up a bit of food, you know, depending on where we're staying and stuff. It's good. It's good.
Cook up a storm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Got all the ingredients.
Got some sort of different recipes and things like that we
Yeah.
tend to use, but no, it's good. All good. Anyway, back to the game. This is looking like Mark is going to pull one back here. Shane will not be happy sat in his chair there. He knows it should be 5-1. Darren, by the way, has pulled another one back. He now only trails 5-3. Liam White and Phil Harrison have come back from their dinner because it's now 2-0 to Liam White.
Do you know? I don't know why I fancied Liam for that game. You can never fancy anyone against Phil Harrison, really. But Liam's been on fire this weekend.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's been
local.
putting a lot of table time recently.
Has he?
Yeah, he's been putting in the hard graft.
Yeah.
So
Of course, this is his home club as well, so it's...
yeah, it is. Yeah.
what-
Kenny was saying he's turned himself around because he's really putting in the time, and you know you get the rewards. You really do if you.
Yeah.
We all know, you know, if you put in the table time, it's about that
Does he practice?
dedication.
Does he say who he practices with, or does he do a lot on his own, or what?
I'm not too sure actually. He's I know that I noticed the other day he was out talking to Gareth Potts. I mean, it's a great club to play in actually, isn't it? Because you've got a wealth of talent around this area.
Yeah.
Neil Rayburn and Adam Davis and you know, you got Gareth, and Gareth, I think, takes quite a lot of the players kind of under his wing in a mentoring capacity, and
Yeah.
and Liam's one of those. You could do far worse as a mentor, couldn't you?
Gosh,
And obviously Lee Kendall as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It's always on hand to hand out advice.
So Mark's sticking with the same break, and he definitely needs to get a ball now to give himself a bit of confidence.
Interesting, because he's quite well known for his cut break, but obviously not feeling that the cut break is necessary or even advantageous on the top of the shark rack.
Wow, and if you're breaking like he's just done, then
Yeah, of course.
you're fine, aren't you?
Yeah.
That was a monster.
He caught them beautifully, didn't he? It was you get that different kind of sound, don't you, when you time that front ball.
Yeah, you just get that snap and the click of the ball's going in the pocket. So yeah, he's perfect now.
Tom Cousins is another one. It reverberates around the room when he flushes
Painful
a
when
break.
he hits them.
Yeah, it really is. It breaks the sound barrier.
Declan Brennan, by the way, who's he's had a fairly nice draw, you would say, this weekend. Not that he needs it, and he's making light work at the moment of Lyndon De Bono. He's 4-0 up now, so that could be a tough day for Leiden. Mark elected yellows. Jimmy Croxton's turned up. It's now 3-all against Carl Boyes. Mark will just run this yellow through a few inches. Leave himself on the bottom yellow. Dot to dot from here. So a couple of frames ago, Shane was looking favourite to go 5-1 up, and one mistake, and it's now 4-3. Shane to break. Leiden de Bono's got his first frame on the board.
There we see the main arena, or sorry, the main playing area, should I say. Jimmy Croxton in the foreground. That's table 5. You see table 3 and 4 with Leiden is playing Declan. Those are the other TV tables, 3 and 4. And you see
Darren McVicker there in the background.
Yeah, Tom Cousins at the table. Darren towards the left-hand side of the screen, over at the back of the room.
Trailing 6-3 now. So it was a mini comeback from Darren, but he's just lost the last one.
The trouble is, you can't let someone of Clint's quality get away, can you?
No, it's he's tough to peg back, isn't he, once he gets a lead. Very solid player.
And isn't it funny how the momentum swings in these games? And now Shane, who was having things all his own way at the start of the match, suddenly you break off, you get a ball, you think, here we are, I'm in, and look at these little clusters. It's just a bit ugly, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems to get harder, doesn't it, for some reason?
Yeah.
But in one shot, he could break those out, or in fact, he's landed on it. So
the pool gods, they do curse you sometimes. They you know, they do punish you for missing.
that's a good shot though from Shane.
Yeah.
See the supreme rules. Mark now has to make contact with his yellow and at the same time then hit a cushion. So you can't just drop onto something. And he's missed them all together, but he's been pretty lucky.
Yeah, push up.
Because he's pushed a red safe, and Shane now has ball in hand anywhere on the table, but he's only got one shot. So it could have been easier for Shane.
Is there any value in maybe just another little snooker at the top of the table, just enough to break open the red and the black and hide in behind that area again, do you think?
Yeah, he may look to pot this awkward red that he's nearest to now, and then either play a safe. Well, he'll probably look at playing some sort of safety off of the red that's awkward here. So he's basically getting all of his balls into open play.
Yeah.
And leaving it very tricky for Mark.
It's not the easiest safety here, though, is it? I mean, he had the ball in hand to leave it anywhere on the table, and he's just.
I would have personally left it a bit thinner. Cause
yeah.
See what he plays.
And if he tries to thin off the left-hand side of it, he brings the. Yeah, I was going to say he brings the knuckle into contention. So he's just basically laid the gauntlet down here, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that shot, because obviously all Mark has to do is somehow get on the yellow by the cushion, and he can literally smash it up the table, knock Shane's yellow out the way, and develop the others. So if he's straight on this yellow that he's going to be playing down into the left-hand pocket, it might not be all that good for Shane. We'll soon see what Mark does. This rule set tends to punish you for playing in any way, a slightly negative way.
Jimmy Croxton and Carl Boy's full each now.
Last events final.
Jimmy's going to want to make amends. He's lost the last two games against Carl. So
yeah,
if he wins that game, I think all will be forgotten. And this is what you mentioned a second ago, wasn't it?
This is it.
This was Shane throwing down the gauntlet, and
you don't want to give someone like Mark a target, and
no.
He's a great shot maker. So here we go. This is a big shot now.
Nailed it. Well, nailed it to an extent. He was hoping to get a bit luckier and open up the black and red as well. But
he's done well because the reds now for Shane don't look very inviting, and Mark has got plenty of options now to be able to knock the black and red out of the way. He's got time. He could even, well, he's got a number of shots he can play here, so I'll try and guess what he's going to do, but he's in a much better position than he was 2 shots ago. That's for sure. Is he going to try and get in behind the black? No, he's played the double, triple.
Played the triple, yeah. Yeah, I mean, a little bit of a shot to nothing in some ways, isn't it, knowing that Shane hasn't really got much open to him, but he can play off this red at the top, can't he, and just try and stun him behind the red and black?
Yeah, he certainly can.
Or is he just looking to
what he'll probably do is maybe
off the red?
He could, I mean, he could also free up the black and red, leaving the black so that the yellow nearest to it doesn't go.
Yeah, in the path of the yellow,
And then saying to Mark, right, have a go. If you miss, I'm going to clear up.
Yeah.
That might be the better option, actually.
I think you're right. He's just looking now. If he plays off the right-hand side of the red, he can just nudge the black across and then maybe just try and kill the cue ball in behind the red. Couple of options available.
That's definitely the right shot, I would say. So he just needs to execute. And I don't think that was what he was trying to play, actually. He's just maybe hit it a little bit too thin, because this is quite an easy shot now for Mark to take control of the frame. He can pot the yellow closest to the red, which is, for someone of Mark's class, is a fairly comfortable shot, you think.
Yeah. And then he can play the
yellow onto red.
Yellow onto red for the loss of turn shot.
Yeah, and leave Shane stumped.
Yeah. It's just whether he sees it.
But what he could also play, actually, is yellow that he's closest to and screw into the red, pot the red in one shot.
Yeah.
So there's a few options. I don't know what he's...
Yeah, the thing is...
Wow, I can't believe he's played that shot.
Do you know, I honestly believe it's just an immaturity of the rules. He just doesn't
see the shots.
He's not seeing them.
No.
He's not. He's not playing these rules, and he just doesn't see them in the same way. He is just staunch black ball player. He was really struggling with world rules last year, and I don't think he's particularly seeing the shots in this either. I think Brian Halcrow alluded to a similar thing yesterday, that he watched Mark play, and it's just obvious that the tactical side is just not there in these rules, and that's fine. Like, people just don't. They're still a very new rule set, so you just don't see them.
But if you're as good as Mark is, you would think it would take the time, and it's literally only a couple of hours to read the rules.
Yeah. No, I don't even think it's necessarily that. I think you just don't, because they're not naturally ingrained. So you just, when you're focusing on a particular thing, you don't just suddenly start thinking out of the box necessarily, do you? Whereas if you've been playing these rules for the last 5 years, the same with black ball, you just naturally see the right shot. I think it's been a problem for a few players. It's not just Mark. But there were definitely better options than a double there.
Yeah.
He could have absolutely taken control of the frame by using the rules to his advantage.
Definitely. Now this is...
It's only half a pocket of aim, isn't he?
I think it's okay, but he just needs to... Yeah, he's all right.
He cues the ball so nicely.
He does.
He's got a lovely cue action. And this was, again, a big frame. This could be another big point in the match.
Definitely.
2 frame difference or square. And Shane, retains advantage. Oh,
wow.
Where's the cue ball?
Well,
it was tracking that way, wasn't it? And I mean, he's used the whole pocket there, as they say.
Yeah.
He definitely wiped his feet. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and just finds its way in.
Yeah, he will have been heart and mouth then.
Oh.
But as you say, it went in, and that's the main thing. Ah, dear. So Leiden de Bono's doing pretty well. He's now 4-3, so he's pulled 3 frames back from being 4-0 down. As we can see at the top, Darren having a bad time, 7-3 down now to Clint.
Yeah.
And what you said about Liam White,
Yeah.
you might be right. He's 3-1 up now against Phil.
Never ever right, Phil. And the thing is, and I have said it before on commentary, is that Phil Harrison, on occasion, doesn't seem to wake up until the 5th or 6th frame.
Yeah.
He did the same yesterday, and obviously we mentioned he did the same against Shane Thompson. But he does it so often where he goes behind 3 or 4 frames, then suddenly he just seems to have that epiphany and just changes gear. He's just all over the game.
Yeah.
The other interesting score there is, as we mentioned earlier, the Event 2's final is Jimmy Croxton and Carl Boyle. Jimmy was behind, and now he's ahead 5 frames to 4.
So if Mark can see enough of this red to pot it, then and he clearly can, he'll be going for reds. And these look pretty comfortable now for Mark. So Mark making fairly short work of these reds.
You just had one of George's biscuits there. What was?
Yeah, what are they called?
I don't know what, from the Polish shop.
Ah,
Yeah.
nut creams?
I know.
No,
No. Yeah. How do you? I mean,
nut cream sticks. Well, they were nice.
so you're saying George's nut cream was nice?
Oh, I thought that's what you said. Yeah, I mean, yeah, fairly nice. Thin little sticks. Anyway, clear the throat and back to the game. So Mark Boyle with a pretty tough black. Should have been a lot easier than this, but you know, with Mark's cueing, this is going in. Oh dear me. Cursed him.
You've given him the bock. The commentator's curse.
Cursed him. That was a really cued across that.
Wow. What's Shane doing here? Is he going game?
Yeah.
Or is he looking for a...
Oh, he's definitely going game here.
Yeah. Opening with the yellow to middle.
Yeah. Yellow to middle. Just needs to cue this nicely. And again, this is big moments in this match because, you know, that was such an easy finish for Mark. And I thought he was going to slot it in, but he didn't, did he? Nick?
No, he definitely not.
What the hell's going on?
Good chances for Shane. Wow, he's come up short here. I think he was trying to get another 8 inches up the table and take the uppermost yellow of those two, but he's just going to play it as a double now, as a plant now.
Yeah, he'll play the plant. Not too difficult a shot for Shane.
Ooh. He likes that top left bag, doesn't he?
He does. Should be okay. He can play this bit of bottom right, bit of bottom left, sorry. Yeah, he's fine. And this will hurt Mark Boyle because it should have been 5-4. But this will now be 6-3, and
It's right. Just so the viewers understand. I mean, we're sat here watching in wonderment as Paul eats. You know those polystyrene chips that you get out of packaging cases. So when you get something from like Amazon, they package it with the polystyrene chips. That's basically what he's eating there.
with ham wrapped around
With
it.
ham wrapped around it.
Yeah.
Very unusual, let's say. Anyway, 6-3 is the scoreline, and Darren McVicker's fighting back. You know.
What score?
7-5.
Oh, come on then.
7-5. Liam White's 3-2 up against Big Phil. Phil looks like he may have woken up. John McAllister now ahead against Sam Bircher, having trailed. Carl Boys 6-5 now. He's won 2 in a row against Jimmy Croxton. Jimmy was ahead. Tom Cousins is starting to dominate. He's 6-2 up against Drew Hughes. And we mentioned Tom's run through this field so far. He has not had it his own way. In his opening game, he got beaten 11-7 by Jamie Burnett, and he did not look at the races at all. Then he beat Richard Gifford, 8-2. Josh Kane, 8-5. Sean Chipperfield, 7-1 down. Tom Cousins was 8-7. And then he beat Dave Fernandez, 8-5. It's been a hard route for him to hear. And we all know how good Tom Cousins is. And again, not featured in a final. If you'd have gone to the bookmaker and said, 7 events, Jed, what odds are you going to give me for Tom Cousins not making a single final?
Yeah, you'd have had good odds, you'd have thought.
Yeah, you'd have got a good price there, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But Shane has just pulled out another big break. I think he probably take a bit more time on this one, just make sure of it, because 7-3 is a big lead.
Reds are pretty sweet. I mean, I guess it's only the red that's closest to the left middle bag. It's just covered by that yellow, the potting angle. So
He'd probably play this first, get it out
Yeah,
of the way, play
yeah.
the plant.
yeah. Just taking his time. Well, it looks like he's determined to play this one to bottom left, but I think you're right. That plant seems the better option. Oh dear me.
Goodness me. That's 2.
I mean, the thing was, what was his next shot anyway?
Well, the thing is, he would have been in exactly the same position if he'd have played the plant. And he'd have been perfect. He could have actually made it a little bit easier on the bridging department. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure about
and
that.
the plant was unmissable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what was his next shot?
Yeah.
There. You know, even if he takes the long plant, leaves the one for middle, then he has to nudge the yellow out to get onto the red. So, as you say, why not just take that plant there and then? Seemed a little bit odd. This is a little betwixt and between again, isn't it? It's
Yes. Mark, he's such a good potter and positional player, but it's not quite coming together at the moment for him.
Shane's route to this this point so far is he beat Ollie Bell 11-7 in a Southwest Derby. He had another Southwest Derby against Adam Penwell, and that was 11-3. Then he was beaten by Phil Harrison 11-4, having been 4-1 up. And then he went into the losers qualification and beat Jamie Burnett last night 8 frames to 4. Mark Boyle, on the other hand, he's come through the winner's side.
Yeah, and who did he play?
He had a forfeit game against Dejan Gresh in his first round. Then in winners round 2, he beat Ben Flack. And then yesterday in winners qualification, he beat Dave Fernandez, and Dave had been flying as well. Dave had already beaten Scott Gillespie 11-4 when he came up against Mark. That was a pretty tough run through for Dave Fernandez, to be fair, because he beat Scott Gillespie, and then he played Mark Boyle in winners qualification, lost, went to losers qualification, and played Tom Cousins.
Blimey. Darren McVicker, by the way, has pulled another one back, only trailing 7-6 now.
We did say he's more than capable of stringing the frames together, and he's really got the momentum on his side now. Phil Harrison now 3 each with Liam White.
Yeah, as you say, Phil Harrison looks to have woken up. Adam Davies pegging ahead of Brian Halcrow, 4-3. So Mark will be looking for a big break now. And he's duly got one. But they could have come out nicer.
Yeah. That's just not nice at all, is it?
No.
The yellow and red tied up at the top of the table, and then this cluster of balls that have come down towards the bottom left. I'm not quite sure what he was looking at there. I hope he wasn't looking at red onto yellow, because that would be a loss of turn shot. I can't imagine he's looking at anything else. I think he's looking at red onto yellow, and that would show a real lack of knowledge of the rules. You cannot open with a plant. And it looks like he's stepped away from it. Maybe he wasn't looking at that. Maybe doing him a injustice there. Perhaps he was just looking to see whether he could get through to the yellow. That little cannon, it's not come out great, but it's certainly stirred things up there.
Is he looking at a 3-ball plant here?
Yeah, he is, yeah. And
tell you what, if he plays it hard enough and gets it right,
yeah,
he could develop the...
Just thinking the same thing. Just
the yellow by the bottom back.
yeah, hit it thin enough, and the yellow's going to track up in that direction.
This has to hit.
Could bring out everything here.
He has to make a very thin contact, though.
Yes, yeah.
This needs to be hit very well.
He needs to hit it with some pace, as you say. Now then,
he's all right, I think. Yeah, I think he's okay.
He's left a plant at the top now, hasn't he?
Yeah. And he literally has only got to touch it, and the other yellow will go past the red. So he could. What he should be doing now, I would think, is play the yellow he's closest to, try and get through the gap between the black and the red, and then play the plant, because you've always got the backup of the yellow into the middle pocket. That would be my choice. Let's see how he goes about it.
He's missed.
Wow.
There's no pocket there. I mean, Shane definitely plays within himself. He doesn't play too much in the way of extravagant shots, but is there a shot potting the red to middle, topping it through, almost kind of arc it around the red to try and disturb this cluster at the top?
Yeah, or depending on how straight he is on this red, he could top it through and land so that he's got an angle on the red on the bulk line, play it into the left-hand pocket, and you've got a natural angle then. But you've done what you said, because he obviously wasn't straight enough. So
yeah, played the shot I mentioned, but it didn't grip soon enough, did it?
No.
It went off in the wrong direction. You saw that arc that I mentioned, playing it with top, trying to arc it around that first red.
Yeah,
playing it with side, but it just didn't take quickly enough.
so the shot now, red on the bottom rail, top it through and leave the red in the middle of the table, because then you've got a half ball angle, just like that, and you can now play a natural shot and cannon into them.
Yeah, if he gets it right, some kind of like full ball contact on the first yellow, then he should have should be left with a shot on the red on the bulk line. Should have some kind of shot. It'd be unlucky not to come out here. Even a contact directly on the red, and he's going to make the plant. Oh, he's missed the pot. And luckily for him, in doing so, he didn't go into that.
Yeah, he's been reasonably fortunate.
Forgot to pot it.
Couple of shots for Mark here, though. If he wanted to, he could just play a dolly up to the yellow, closest to the bag, and leave Shane snookered. But I think he's going to be going for this.
Just looking now, playing the yellow inside the red, and it'll kick the red out, and the yellow will go on and pot the other one, just like so.
Yeah, it's nicely done.
Yeah. It was like a turtle coming out of a shell there, wasn't he? That head sort of came up, and you saw the stretch of the neck, and then came back down again. It was almost just like a turtle waking up in the morning, just poking his head out.
So there's been a few errors on both sides in this game. Shane could have definitely been further ahead, and he might live to regret a couple of those mistakes, uncharacteristic mistakes from someone as good as Shane. So nicely poised now at 6-5. It looks like Darren McVicker's pulled another frame back. Could be 7-all, I think, in that match, Nick. And from 7-3 down.
Yeah.
That's some comeback.
It really is, yep, yep. And indeed it is 7-all. Phil Harris has now gone ahead against Liam White. John McAllister's now got a 2-frame lead against Sam Bircher. Carl Boyes has got a similar lead against Jimmy Croxton, 7-5. Tom Cousins 7-2 now against Drew Hughes. Declan Brennan there you see at the table. He's 7-4 ahead and in control of that frame. Carl Boyes you see racking the balls up just on the left hand side here against Jimmy Croxton. So he's going to have the break.
Yeah.
Lost the cue ball. Lost the cue ball. That's going to be disaster in this frame. This is going to be all over in a matter of another minute or so.
Mark just sitting down, composing himself, and yeah, these reds are not going to be lasting very long. Mark just taking his extension.
So good afternoon, everybody. Lots of people enjoying the action on Sunday morning. The important stages now, the last 16. This is where the money is.
So Mark took an awful long time to decide what he was going to do. And it's imperative that he takes these out, you would feel, to punish Shane for unfortunately going in off.
Yeah, 6-all from the lead that Shane had early on. Mark will feel by far the more comfortable and happier player. It's amazing. The scores can be level, but one player will look at that and he will be over the moon and the other one will be extremely disappointed, even though it's only really a race to 5 from here.
Yeah, definitely.
That is obviously if Mark clears these. I'm fully expecting him to. Oh, dear me. What's gone on there? I mean, honestly, I'd counted this frame. I'd marked this one up already.
He's missed some balls, hasn't he, this game?
Goodness me. I had literally chalked this one on the board. Mark Boyle, just so clinical. Normally, you never see him missing these shots. He'll be miffed by that. You see those.
He's got a very long flowing backswing. And I think if he doubts himself at all, just slightly, he can misfire, and I think that's what's happened in this match so far. It's a nice shot from Shane. Develop the awkward yellows.
So for those viewers, I mean, I think, are we just streaming the YouTube today, or are we across? We're across the lot, aren't we? We're on Facebook and on Twitter this morning. So good morning to everybody watching, and if you could please do us a favour, if you're on Facebook, could you like and share the stream, because we would like to get this one out there. All of the streams coming up today, business end of the tournament, and there's going to be some great action. And the other thing, obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. And if you get a chance, you can always copy the link and send it across to Facebook as well. That would be absolutely awesome. Still not a gimme clearance, is it? But he's done a lot of the hard work.
He has, and he may... Yeah, he's just going to play this with top, miss the red if he can, leave himself half ball. Oh, no. So I'm not too sure what he played there.
This is suddenly...
This is suddenly a lot harder now, because not only has he got to pop one of these yellows, he's also got to make sure he lands on the correct angle on the last one to get onto the black.
He could have played the one down the rail and just dropped it in
for the middle
and left the other yellow in the middle, but now he's covered that bag, so he'd have to play it with more pace and come between the gap of yellow and black to leave the other one in the opposite middle.
And I think we know that this table plays fairly generously down the cushions, so it wouldn't have been too difficult for Shane.
Now he's going to have to power this one in.
That was the problem.
Not got into that at all.
Because it's new cushions, new cloth, the cushions play a little bit slower.
Yeah.
And he's not been able to promote the white across the table. So Mark will have picked up on that. And it's just been a little bit error-strewn from these two players at the moment, which is not like them.
So you're obviously room sharing with Darren, aren't you, this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that you've got like a new gadget, a new.
Well, yeah, Darren has got his own sort of set ways, and you know how. Oh, it's a great shot.
That is a super shot.
On how he likes to prepare and do things, and he likes to watch films.
Yeah. He said he's bought a tablet that's got a projector.
It's got a projector, so you're in bed and you're watching the films on the ceiling, basically.
And he said it's like a 70-inch projector or something, isn't it?
Well, it's much bigger than the screen that we're commentating on.
Yeah, that's 40-inch.
Yeah, it's probably double that.
So he literally projects it up onto the ceiling.
Yeah, lights out and then it's on. We're away. And we watched a film last night.
Do you watch like romantic movies, like chick flicks sort of thing?
No, we watch pretty much the most horrific films you can legally see. You know, it's pretty nasty stuff.
Really?
Yeah, if anyone wants a good film, one for the family, it's called Irreversible. You can't go wrong with that one. Yeah, it's a PG. And just sends you off to sleep nicely, to be honest.
What was the other one?
Well, last night we watched Them. It's called. It's based on a true story, and
I don't like horror films, mate. I'm not into that.
You've got to be into it, obviously.
I wouldn't be able to sleep.
No, it's no problem for us. We got a couple of hours last night. We normally get to sleep about 5, 6 o'clock. Grab an hour and then get up here for the matches.
Of course. But yeah. Is that the film?
But yeah, no. If you're really looking for a nice one for the family around Christmas time, Irreversible.
Irreversible.
Yeah. Yeah, Jez Graham watched a bit of it, and
What was that of that absolutely hideous film that they made? Was it called like The Norwegian or something ridiculous?
I don't
or
know.
Something. I don't know what it was called. It was some Norwegian blooming horror film. I don't know. Horrible. Apparently, you got to have a sick mind to even think about watching it, let alone making it. Anyway, we're not here to talk about your nocturnal habits.
Nope, certainly not.
No, I was more interested in this gadget.
Yeah, I mean, he picked it up. I think he paid 180 quid for it, and it's literally a tablet, like your normal iPad.
Yeah.
It's a tablet of that size, and it's got a projector on it.
Yeah.
And he literally puts it. We had it on the the bedboard or whatever at the back, and he projects it onto the ceiling.
Wow.
And it's just perfectly clear picture.
I'm gonna have to
And it's like you're in the cinema, but you're just like down in your bed.
You're lying on bed watching it on the ceiling. That's awesome.
Well, the thing is, we were going to take a photo of it in comparison with the Matchbox telly that Travelodge issue you with, and say, perhaps they need to look at that, because you can't watch a movie on that sort of telly, can you? What is it, 8 inches? There's not a lot you can use that for, is there? So, we had to improvise, and Darren bought this contraption, and it's fantastic. One of the reasons he's done so well this weekend.
Oh, look at this. What a shot this is. That. Absolutely fantastic.
Wow.
He lined that up as well. That was a really great double. Wow, what a big shot that was. Huge.
Yeah, in the context of the match, that could be massive.
Look at this one. How well judged is this? You have to get this absolutely perfect. What a great shot. I mean, you make out that you're watching these big manly horror films, but actually you're up there watching 4 Weddings and a Funeral, aren't you?
You got me. You got me.
You're watching chick flicks.
Only Fools and Horses and the romantic comedies.
Yeah, The Bridesmaid and stuff.
Yeah,
you love all that, don't
that's
you?
it.
I knew it.
Anyway, to look at some scores, Darren McVicker is now locked 8-all with Clint. Phil Harrison has gone 5-4 down against Liam White. Jimmy Croxton 7-6 cardboard.
Just to, I mean, Pepsi's just messaged me and he said he's flying over tomorrow. He's coming over to see all the boys.
Is he?
You meeting up with Pepsi down at the Plaza, are you?
Well, I'm a bit far away. I'm about just over an hour away from Plymouth. But it's always good to see Pepsi. Hope he's well. Nice chat. Tom Cousins making easy work of the All Welsh affair, 9-2 up. Jimmy Croxton 7-all now with Carl Boys. A massive break there from Mark.
Yellows look really good. He could even, if he wants to, just I was going to say he could possibly nudge the black, but I think the red's in the way actually of that angle. So he'd nudge the black out the way and leave himself the plant. But
yeah, like you say, he doesn't need to, does he?
No, he absolutely doesn't need to. They're all there.
They're all there for him.
I was going to take the plant now.
And both players, I would imagine, will be thinking, right, if I can just step my game up a little bit, I can win this match, because neither one of them have played anywhere near their best so far.
I mean, from Shane's perspective, he would have just desperately wanted a chance in this frame, because if he can win this one and the next at 9-5, he's got to think it's all over.
Yeah.
Mark, if he wins this 7-6, I mean,
Still
it's just absolutely nothing in these.
Tom Cousins 10-2 now against Drew Hughes.
Yeah, Tom seems to have got over any of those early jitters that he had.
Well, he was one of my picks in the link this morning.
He was. I mean, you did play it safe, to be fair.
I did.
You went for the all-out favourite 2-1 with Phil Harrison and the 3-1 pick of Tom Cousins. I mean, you really pushed the boat out there, didn't you, Greg?
I did. Yeah, I risked it. I took a big risk.
Yeah.
Really.
And of course, the other good thing about that is that you picked the two players that were in different halves that can actually meet in the final. I mean, you weren't playing it safe there at all, mate.
I didn't know that either.
No, you hadn't spotted that, obviously.
No, I've done my research,
Declan Brennan 2 frames away against Leiden de Bono. Can he make it a second win out of 3? I mean, there's
Look
2
at this.
players.
From 7-3 down, Darren McVicker's now 9-8 up.
9-8 up. What a
incredible
run of,
scenes.
what a run of form that gentleman is on at the moment. He really is.
That's
something
a good shot
else.
from Mark.
Well, you saw the yellow just pop its head back out again there, didn't you? It hit the back of the pocket and it just popped out again. It did that to did that last night. We saw Cadbury's Parrot last night, didn't we, Paul? Who was that? Played that? That
Darren.
was yeah, it was Darren. Of course it was. Yeah, he smashed it into that corner back and it came straight back out again. We watched it in slow motion as it disappeared and reappeared. This is a good clearance again from Mark. It's just fairly simple.
Tom Cousins is just about to become our first winner of the last 16 matches.
He's at the table at the moment, is he?
Yeah, he's just got 2 reds and a black, and it's dot to dot for Tom.
Oh,
so
yeah, really is.
That sees him into the next round with a nice, comfortable win.
Yeah.
He's got time for some tea and biscuits before his next match.
Yeah, will be tea and biscuits for him as well. Well, I say tea and biscuits, probably tea and a couple of Big Macs.
Yeah.
Four lots of fries.
He's not shy about that.
A shake and you know.
Loves it.
Yeah.
Lovely guy, Tom.
He is. And there you see in the background those Tom Cousins shaking hands with his opponent Drew Hughes. Drew, still with a smile on his face. He knows there's probably not a lot he could do there if Tom's in dominant form, and they're sharing a joke. A good showing from Drew this weekend. Jimmy Croxton at the table, you see there. Jimmy is just trailing by 1 frame now. It's 8-7 and he's going to break off in the next. You see Dejan Gresh at the table. Sorry, Leiden de Bono at the table, playing Declan Brennan. Big break coming up here for Jimmy.
He's got one.
He has got one.
So here we go, Shane to break now.
Yeah, in another big frame here.
He's hit them really well.
Absolutely
Wow.
crunch them. Still got this. It's not brilliant. It's not bad, but he's still got this little. You see all the balls kind of converge together. That red came in, and they all just kind of got that little melee of balls around the black spot. Referee's just going to have to mark one here to.
Yeah, quick note to the ref, Sam Strachan.
Yeah.
Lovely guy. Again, down from the southwest area.
Yeah, we shared a car here together.
Yeah, lovely guy. Full credit to all the refs for the jobs that they do throughout the weekend.
Yeah, they really do. They great job this weekend. Referees Sam and Robin, and the head referee Scott.
Is it Robin or is it Robin?
Robin.
Yeah.
And of course Scott Viv missing this weekend, and she's over at the GB9.
Yeah.
She's normally our head ref. Sure she'll be back for the next event. Seen her on TV a couple of times. She's a TV star now, isn't she?
She is, yeah.
Doing the Sky Sports coverage for Matchroom events.
Really nice lady as well. Darren McVicker, ladies and gentlemen, 10-8 up.
Darren is
He's
on the hill.
Yeah. That's incredible. From 7-3 down, he's won 7-1.
Shows good character as well, doesn't it? I mean, Darren.
I did say to him this
head
morning.
Can go sometimes, can't it?
Yeah, I did say to him this morning whilst we were in bed. I said, you know, one of the main things that he's shown of the last couple of years is that he's got more mature in his approach. You know, he's not letting his head drop so much.
Yeah.
And it's really showing.
Yeah. He is a confidence player, isn't he? I mean, he's.
Oh, he needs that, and you know, he likes to play. You know, he's a confidence player, as you said. So
yeah. I mean, in that In that relationship between yourself and Darren, because
Yeah.
I mean, you travel a lot together and you share. I mean, do you play big spoon or little spoon?
And normally Darren decides, you know, because obviously he's a lot more powerful than me, big guy.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
yeah, so I normally let him have full reign,
Oh, right. That's
to be quite honest.
always
Always,
come a bit too far.
he has.
Can he still cut it?
No, I think it's too thin, isn't it?
He's going to have to go up top now, isn't he? He's going to have to. Does that actually go?
Well,
That's the question.
can we get an angle on that? Is the question. Might not be able to, but it looks extremely tight from there. I think it does go actually.
It does.
Yeah,
it does.
it goes off the far jaw.
Yeah, yeah, and it really is far jaw. Look at that. What a great bit of camera angle that is. Look, it just creeps by that yellow.
Yeah.
It won't go to centre back though. As you say, he has to hit that. And it's one of those, you want to be right behind it, don't you?
You do.
You do not want to be playing that from distance.
What's he doing?
Wow,
What's he playing?
That's not a bad choice of shot, you know?
It's not a bad shot. But the shot for Mark now would be to play the plant, if he can, yellow that's in open table, drop it onto the red,
Yeah.
and leave the white in the middle of the table. So
Tough
Shane's
shot though, isn't it? 'Cause
very tough, but what else has he
red's,
got?
Yeah, the red's that far enough away. And would he see it?
Yeah, that's the thing.
He did see it. Well, no, actually, I don't think he played it, did he?
Played something different.
He has. I mean, that's
It's
still
not a bad shot.
Still a great shot.
Yeah.
Really is.
I think again that's the probably the more positive shot. So this looks like a thin cut, but it's one he can get.
Liam White's now taking the lead against Phil Harrison again. He's 6-5 up. I don't think Phil's ever been in the lead in that one. Jimmy Croxton's drawn level now, 8-all against Carl Boys.
That's a lovely shot there from Mark.
Adam Davis now 6-4 against Brian Halcrow. John McAllister just stretching out his lead. He's 6-3 up against Sam Bircher. Shorty's Pool Stream's asking you, Greg, how Darren is in the car as a passenger with you.
Yeah, he's fine. I mean, the thing is with Darren, he's a bit of a nervous wreck as a rule.
Is he?
But because I've driven him up so many times now, he's comfortable in my driving. You know.
Is he?
He knows that it's bulletproof, and he's happy. Like so he just listens to his music, and he's at the moment. Steve Darren is listening to the Greatest Showman soundtrack. So. So yeah, so he's just listening to that, happy, and mentally preparing himself. And look, it's done wonders this weekend. Look how well he's doing.
So he's moved on from what was the Disney ice thing? He was into that with me before.
Yeah, Snow White and the Merry Men, and he's gone on to the Greatest Showman soundtrack.
Wow.
So yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. So Shane is going to be, you would think, the less happy of the two. Mark pulling that back now to 7-all. There you can see the other current scores. Jimmy Croxton and Carl Boys locked at 8-all. What a match that's proving to be. He said it was going to be a close one.
Yeah. I see Liam White's my dark horse for this weekend.
Yeah. You said he'd been putting in the time.
Yeah. Shane against Mark, 7 each. Mark's going to have the break in the next. He's done well to come back into this.
Yeah.
He's not played his best.
Neither of them have.
Any stretch of the imagination. And you kind of feel the momentum's with him now. If you were pricing this, you'd probably make Mark a 1 to 2 favourite now, wouldn't you?
Well, if he gets a ball off this break,
yeah,
which he hasn't,
he hasn't.
and so all of a sudden those odds change.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
these reds look very inviting.
Yeah, they're going to be gone very shortly. They should be. Just need to be wary with that shot because those two balls were a dead set plant and he knew he was going to flick one of them and they could go wrong, and I don't know if they have, but those two reds are now, they're not a dead set plant, they're makeable.
Yeah, he's going to have to slightly change the route, you would think.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. So he's played it down. Oh, he's gone a little bit too far. He may again choose to change route.
Yeah, he could.
So, there we go. He's gone for the cut. And, oh, it's not worked out too good. He's unfortunately snookered himself on the red that he wanted to be on. And I don't know if he's got a shot. He might have to go cushion first to try and cut this red. I think that's his only shot, Nick. Nick? Nick's just having a moment to reflect. And here we go. He's got it. It's a great shot from Shane. So he's managed to keep it going. Used all of the pocket there. And this really is a big finish now. Both Clint Ianson and Phil Harrison have pulled one back in their respective matches. Darren still leads the match with Clint 10-9 and Phil is locked at 6-all. Jimmy Croxton 9-8 up now on Carl Boyes. So all of these matches look to be going close. Shane using his extension wisely. Shane just needs to work out where he wants to be. I think he's going to play a little soft screw and cannon the yellow. Yeah, that's what he's done. So that's okay. And again, now he just needs to make sure he gets in an area from this penultimate red.
That needs to travel. He snookered himself. Just didn't get the side into it. He needed to punch that further across. And he had a big enough margin. He had a margin of error there, didn't he, Greg?
Yeah, you can see he's absolutely devastated there. He knows how big a chance that was.
He got it. Oh, no.
going to be gutted with that.
Yeah, you will. Gee. 10-9 now.
Look at
Darren
him.
against Clint.
There he is, look. Not happy at all. Yeah. Whatever happens in this match, I think both players are going to look back and rue the missed chances, you know.
Carl against Jimmy, 9 each.
You said that was going to go to the wire.
Wonder whose break it is in Darren against Clint. Well, Darren going to have at least one break to win the match here, isn't he?
Yeah, you would think so.
Not absolutely straightforward for Mark here, given that these two yellows are tied up together. And if he does develop them, he needs to do it in such a way where he doesn't push one towards the left corner. He's got that ball over the pocket at the moment.
You see, I wonder.
Again,
we mentioned
the rules.
Well, that's it. We mentioned earlier. Does he know the rules? He's got a shot here where he could play yellow onto red, pop the yellow, and leave him snookered on. Leave Shane snookered on the black.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's an option.
And it's a simple shot, isn't it? Yellow onto red. Run the cue ball through a couple of inches. Just snooker him behind these two yellows.
Yeah, it's definitely the.
And he's in full control.
Shot. Yeah. Let's see what he does. If he plays the skill shot, then I think you're right about the knowledge side of it. You know.
Again, not looking at it.
No.
Or is he? Is he just taking another ball off the table and he's going to play it now?
Yeah, but
I think he's going to play. He's going to play this. I think what he's done here. He's going to play the skill. He's left the angle to develop the two yellows. That's what he's going to do here. He's playing the skill shot to develop the two yellows.
And as you said earlier, it's purely black ball knowledge.
Yeah.
This is all from playing black ball, I think. It's going bottom.
This has to come off. Well, it has.
To a fashion.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, there was a shot to take control of the frame, and he's not spotted it.
No. Wow. Clint Iance and Darren McVicker, 10-10.
10 apiece.
This is massive.
Well, well, well.
There's a lot of support for Darren down at the Southwest, so fingers crossed for him.
And now he plays the snooker, and he's not got it.
I've just been told, hot off the press, there's been a dry break from Clint in that last frame. So
yeah, and Darren's at the table. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've got no.
Well, you know, Mark's missed the snooker here, and
he's left a double for Shane.
He's left a double. He's left a treacherous cut to middle, hasn't he? I mean, or I think it doesn't double to middle. He can't see the angle to pot it to double to middle.
Not?
No,
Okay.
he's going to double it to top corner. I prefer the cut.
It's too wide. It was unlucky. It was a great effort. Great effort.
That was a good effort.
So this is an easy snooker now for Mark, but
You say that.
you
but
don't
it's-
really want to be giving Shane another
when the ball's over the pocket as well.
another shot. It's always a little bit scratchy when you're playing a snooker like this. Let's have a look what he plays.
Doggone if is asking if Boyle can hit what I'm saying. No, he can't. We're in a room tucked away at the back.
Jimmy Croxton 10-9 up on Carl Boyes.
Oh, that's been a real ding-dong battle, hasn't it? You can see that one going hill. See, he's going for it again, isn't he?
I can't.
Oh. I think they've come out okay, haven't they? He can play the plant behind the black.
Yeah.
He's looking at it now. Shane was a little bit unlucky though, wasn't he? Because if that black rolls
If it
quarter
stays
of an inch
over
less,
the hole, yeah, he's in a dominant position,
yeah,
isn't he?
Yeah.
Can't really lose the frame.
No.
But yeah, as it happens, he's got quite a big margin for error here as Mark. We got any update on the last frame with Darren? We'll try and get that to you. Darren is still at the table by all accounts.
So big shot. Going for the plant off the black. It's just not come out again, has it? He's too straight to try and get it out as well, isn't he?
So the shot here, has to be play. You would think he could play this thin, white round the table, and make sure that he doesn't leave a sort of a total snooker. He can leave. Just leave it in fairly open play. Look, here we go. This is the shot.
There are no totals.
No total, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Leave it so that you can.
Yeah.
That's quite a good
surely
shot.
from Shane, it's just one cushion and just run up to the black, isn't it? It doesn't really.
Well, that's all he can do. But Mark's in total control. You would feel.
Yeah. Phil Harrison is now in front of Liam White, 7-6.
First time he's been in front in the match.
It is, yeah. John McAllister in control at 8-4.
Carl Boys and Jimmy on now. Hot off the press, Clint is at the table, so maybe Darren has run out of position or missed. That was not a bad effort there from Shane. He's tried to put distance between Mark's yellows. Good effort. Got the black in open play. It's about the best he could do.
Yeah, but Mark does have the pot to top left, and he's going to cannon the other yellows in, and you'd think there's more chance of this coming out than not.
Yeah.
He's looking now. He needs to cannon that yellow half ball, and he's going to flick it towards the right hand corner pocket.
And here we go. Oh, he's missed it. He's missed it, and he's left an easy shot.
Massive pocket.
Wow, it's all happening.
Wow, how big is that in the context of the game?
Here we go.
Big pocket. Doesn't need it.
Nicely done there from Shane.
Yeah.
So again, I think just based on the rules, that's another one that's got away from Mark. Would you agree?
I think so. I think he had a better chance to get in control of that frame. You know, I'm never one to criticise Mark. He's a standout player and certainly one of my favourites to watch. But the rules are just eluding him slightly here. Just being able to take total control of frames that he should be taking control of. So Clint's still at the table in that game against Darren McVicker. You wonder if Darren's broken down in his clearance and left something simple for Clint. We can't see that. I mean, I don't know if we can go to the main arena or the main playing area view, and there you see over on the left-hand side of the screen at the back of the room, you saw Clint just flexing his shoulders there. He's
I think he's actually on the black. Is he not? Oh no, I don't know.
Yeah, we're not sure. Oh, what a big shot here in the foreground. Jimmy Croxton on the hill.
Jimmy with a chance to win.
Yeah, Mark Ball's missed a clearance there, and Jimmy has got a very, very makeable clearance to win the match. And this was another big break from Shane Thompson. And, well, the yellows look absolutely splendid.
Yeah, they do. You would feel Jimmy would be taking those out 9 times out of 10.
So Clint has won that decider, and he beats Darren McVicker 11 frames to 10. So unlucky to Darren losing a decider there, but he did have a chance in it, and somehow Carl Boyes has won that frame. So Jimmy Croxton's broken down on that clearance that we saw with
Wow.
Carl missing the black in the middle, and that one's now hill. So 2 players already through to the quarterfinals, Clint Hansen and Tom Cousins. Clint now awaits the winner of Phil Harrison and Liam White. Well, some drama.
And this looks like 9-8 to Shane, 9-7 I should say now to Shane. Just got the easiest of black to drop in.
Adam Davis just 2 away from victory against Brian Halcrow, 9-4. There's only a couple of games that aren't particularly close. The obvious one being the Tom Cousins game, and Adam Davis 9-4, and I guess you could say John McAllister's still 3 ahead at 8-5, but the other games are real ding-dong battles. Leiden de Bono's been fighting back against Declan Brennan. Just trails now by 2 frames at 9-7. So Shane just two away now, and Mark needing to win 4 frames to 1. That's a big ask against someone of Shane's ability, isn't it?
Yeah.
But Shane still does need to win those 2 frames.
That's it, yeah. And again, you see how quickly the match can turn around. So
massive frame now for Mark. This is
he needs to get a ball.
He needs to keep Shane off the hill, doesn't he?
Yeah,
now?
he needs to keep the pressure on Shane.
Yeah.
That's all he can do.
So as we say, he needs to win now.
And he's gone dry.
And he's dry again.
And look at these.
This break's been letting him down, hasn't it? It really has. I mean, yellows just look absolutely perfect. The 2 yellows look like they plant to top left. You could even make a case for reds, but I think it will be yellows. If this isn't a plant, well, it's clearly not, because he's played to land on it.
Definitely makeable, but I think Shane's gone the safer option.
Yeah,
gone for the safer option.
You can't blame him.
No.
So the key ball for me is the one that he's looking at now. That's just to the right of the black. It doesn't go to bottom right or left. It only really goes to the middle bags and probably only the left centre. So you saw him queuing there to see where he'd want to land. And this one is all about cue ball control.
I think he's perfect, actually.
Yeah. He needs to screw back. He's looking at the line now. I'm not sure what line he was looking at there. I think doesn't he screw back to?
He screw back to side cushion. You would have thought.
Yeah, side cushion.
Because it goes in the middle.
He was looking at the gap there for some reason. It seems a bit odd.
Yeah, that's the right shot.
Yeah.
Played that lovely.
Oh, and he played it well. Beautiful. I think he was probably just looking at that gap to...
If it went wrong.
Yeah.
And, well, this is enormous. 10-7 compared to 9-8 is...
He couldn't have actually played that much better, could he?
No. No, he's played it really well. And all of a sudden looks full of confidence. And why wouldn't you be?
So a bit unfortunate there for Darren, wasn't it? Being on the hill at 10-8 up and losing 3 on the bounce. Be interesting to get his view afterwards of what went wrong there.
Yeah, well, he clearly did extremely well. 7-3 down.
Yeah, 5-1 and 7-3.
Yeah, I mean, he's fought. Looks like he's fought as hard as he possibly can, but we don't know what happened in the decider. Try and get his.
Just needs to be careful of the cannon here, doesn't he? He doesn't want to cannon the red on top of the black and hamper it in any way.
No.
So he's just going to play onto the to the red, but just needs to judge the pace well. Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, just play this with top and a bit of side.
Yeah.
Yeah, nicely done there from Shane. Nicely controlled. And that is now 10-7.
Hill it is for Shane Thompson. And talking of hills, Carl Boyes against Jimmy Croxton. Can we get a quick look to see who's at the table in that very important frame? It's 10 apiece at the moment. As soon as we run these adverts, we'll take a look. But
Oh, it's all over.
I can see that that Carl is in the middle of a clearance, and he's taking no time at all. And he's landed plumb on the black.
Wow.
Just dropping this one down the rail to do another job on Jimmy Croxton, and Jimmy will be gutted, losing 11-10. That's 3 in a row that Carl Boyes has beaten him. And Jimmy just having a bit of cross-examination there on what's gone wrong.
Yeah, just chewing the fat.
Yeah.
After the
I'm sure
game.
Carl will be interested in listening to his bad beat story there, won't
You give him the impression that he is.
he? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, nearly lost the cue ball.
He's gone dry.
And he has gone dry.
Is this the opening that Mark was looking for?
Well, it is, but there's nothing easy here.
No.
The yellows, there's a couple of yellows that are tied up. There's a couple of reds that are tied up, so this is not straightforward. So the third player to make the quarterfinals now is Carl Boyes. Liam White pegged back Phil Harrison at 7 each.
That's a good match going on.
Isn't it ever? You'll hear a beep, and the beep signifies 10 seconds left. Mark calls for his extension. One extension available to each player, and you can see that graphic on the screen with the clock counting down on the right hand side, the bottom right of your screen, and the EXT, meaning Mark Boyle's got the extension available to him.
Played that very nicely. It's a very big ask, though, isn't it, Nick, for Mark to run 4 frames
Really is.
against Shane from here.
Oh,
Is he
where's
in
the
off?
white?
He's in. Oh,
Just for a split second.
whoa.
Just for a split second. But it is going to cause him a problem. He's going to have to reroute here. He was trying to come down for the red closest to this bottom left pocket. I don't think he can see the angle to make the plant. He could still pot the one off the rail, but I think he probably needs to reroute. But this may now cause him a problem later in the frame. Or maybe he can just...
Looking at the plant, maybe?
Yeah, but I don't think he can see the potting angle to make the plant. I genuinely don't. He doesn't believe so either. He's come back again, and I think he's done the same thing. No, he can now see the potting angle for the plant, but I don't think he's played to land on the plant. I think he's played to land on the side rail.
Yeah, I think you're right, but here we go. This is the plant.
Tricky, but he makes it look easy.
Yeah, he's played that very well.
And he's left a nice angle now on the one at top of table. So top cushion and across for the one to the left. It should be a fairly ABC finish from here, but
Yeah, you would think,
We
providing
thought that a couple of times, haven't we? And
we have, and you would think if he can just cut this in, miss any traffic, yeah. Oh, he doesn't want to be straight though.
it's going to put, yeah,
It's a lovely shot.
yeah, it really was. That's just such a lovely deft touch. Could have played it in a couple of ways, but yeah, it takes a lot of time to play that shot. And now it's just run around, natural angle off a couple of cushions to leave. Doesn't want to be hampered.
Oh,
Does not want to be hampered. And you can see there he's put his hand up and frustration. It's one of those that, I mean, it adds just so much more difficulty, but you still fancy him to get it, don't you?
you would, but
He's just far enough away. You can get to the back of the ball, so he's... Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
The thing is, there's no pressure on Mark, well, there shouldn't be now, because by all intent, from his point of view, he's pretty much he's relying on Shane to dry break and everything else.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you fancied him to get that shot.
Yeah. And thus far, Mark's break has been deserting him, so it's going to be his break in the next, I think, and he's going to have to do the business. Oh, that cue ball was tracking straight up towards that top corner bag.
It was, but he's gone dry again.
Yeah. The ball came and kicked it out, and that red's perilously close to the middle bag, but just wouldn't drop.
Yeah, and also, let's be honest, these reds are pretty easy. There's not one difficult red on the table.
It's a dot-to-dot finish, this one.
For Shane, it is, yeah. I think this is over.
John McAllister's now on the hill against Sam Bircher. Adam Davis on the hill against Brian Halcrow, and Declan Brennan on the hill against Leiden de Bono. Nice, just reverse side and just span it off the cushion to come around that yellow, and he's got a couple of options available to him.
Yeah.
He's got the long one to
You'd think he'd play the long straight one, as you say, Nick. He'll then work his way around the three reds up the table, leave the two in the bottom half to last, you would have thought. But we'll see. There's a couple of ways he can go about this. In fact, he may get rid of the
one on the bulk line first, I would have thought, wouldn't he? Or
yeah, there's a few ways you can go about this.
yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. So we get rid of this one now. Bottom left.
Yeah. If he could have placed it by hand, he would have probably placed it just a couple of inches to the left of where it is, wouldn't he?
Because and then he could play the one by the black.
Yeah, play the one by the black, and then the one...
All he's thinking is, where's the easiest last ball for the black, you know? And that's nicely done. So Shane will play the red into the middle, right middle, you would think. Then, well, he can go any way actually. Nothing. There's no right or wrong route here.
No. Oh, Leiden de Bono has just pulled another one back. He's now 10-9 against Deck
Wow,
Brennan.
it's
So
going close.
there's a lot of games going close. So this black ball for Shane Thompson and victory. He shakes hands with Mark Boyle. That's a really nice win for him.
Yeah, well done to Shane Thompson.
Absolutely.
Unlucky
And,
to Mark.
Yeah, unlucky to Mark, and he's going to be travelling back at the motorway, but he'll be back down for the next event. We'll get Shane across into the interview room in just a few minutes, and we're going to hear from Clint Aronson as well. So we'll get a couple of players across and get their opinions on their games. Thanks to Greg Batten. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no worries. I was going to be here as long as Darren was still in, so unfortunately he got beat. But no, pleasure commentating as always, and yeah, see you all soon.
Excellent. Have a good trip back. So I'm joined by Shane and Clint after their respective wins. Shane will come to you in just a second. Clint, you've just come off the back of a heel game there against Darren McVicker. That was a tough battle, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very tough game, to be fair. I started off really well. I think I went like 5-1 up and potted off most of my breaks and cleared off most of them. But then after he got a bit closer, like 6-3, and then after that he just the breaks started drying up a little bit, and he didn't miss a ball, to be fair.
Yeah.
Put me under loads of pressure, and I missed a couple of balls towards the end. If I was lucky to win.
Yeah. At 10, he's had a bit of bad luck, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a dry broke, and he's potted a ball into the corner and it's jumped back out the bag.
Yeah.
And like opened the pack up a little bit, and I've managed to pull a clearance. I don't know how, but I've managed to.
I mean, now a quarter final for you is a good deep run. You probably underperformed slightly in the event so far, would you say?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I've underperformed. I'd say people have just played really. I feel like I've played well.
Yeah.
In most of the events, just people have.
I'll probably say underachieve rather than underperform. That's probably a fairer word.
Yeah, like.
But by your own expectations.
Yeah, obviously,
probably.
I expect to do better than like the last 16 and the last 32. I expect to do better than that. But no, this is actually the furthest I've been in the quarter final. So hopefully, I can win a couple more matches and see how far I can get.
Yeah. Shane, you said you were going to come and see us yesterday after beating Phil. That didn't happen, but that's a great win against Mark.
Yeah, I was happy with what I played. I missed a couple of easy balls at crucial times, but when he got back level, I was happy to dig in and get the win in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's class. I was under pressure a little bit.
He was never out of it, was he? He just kept coming back at you. You had a good lead at the start. I think you were 4-0?
Yeah, 4-1, and I was 6-2 and 6-3, and I missed an easy ball to go 7-3 up.
Yeah.
And that just blew me head for a couple of frames, but I was happy to dig in.
Yeah. How are you feeling about the rest of the tournament now? I mean, this is the second in a row you've gone deep. You made a semi-final last time. You're going to go. Sorry, quarter-final last time. You're going to go better this time.
Hopefully, I've not looked at the draw, so I don't know what I got next. But yeah, I'm playing well enough, so.
Yeah. So, do you know who you're up with next, Clint?
I've got the winner of Liam White or Phil Harrison.
And that's
I think
still
that
going
was
on there, 7 each.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, thanks for your time, guys. Best of luck with the rest
Cheers,
of
thank
the
you.
event. Cheers. There's still action going on the other couple of TV tables. You can keep up with that, and we'll be back with the quarterfinals as soon as they get underway. See you soon.